Please don't get up yet.
What happened?
You were in a coma. Can you remember your name?
No. Yes, I'm Tessa.
Good. Do you know what happened?
Oh, my head. It's like it's been split in two. Was I in an accident?
Yes. Can you remember any of it?
Not really. I know I woke up in a sleeping pod.
Then tell me everything you do remember. From the start.
I was freezing. That's the first thing I noticed. That's when I knew something was wrong. It's not reacting! Oh. What? Mark? Mark! Where are you? Something's wrong here. Have we crashed? Oh, my whole body hurts. His sleeping pod is empty. He probably got woken up by the system after the crash and must have ran to the cockpit. He could have woken me up too. I should look for him and... ow! Oh! Damn it, I'm stuck. All I can move is my arm. The opening mechanism is blocked. No way to get it to work. Great. Sharp and pointy. I have to be careful with it. The shard. It's too sharp to just grab it. Ah! The shard is sharp and too slippery to get a hold of without injuring myself. The cover is torn. I can see the foam padding. Pulled out a large piece. Yes, that works. Now I can hold it without cutting myself. Come on, I have to get out of here. Finally. First of all, I need to get my spacesuit on. It's freezing. Ah, so that's why it's cold. The nitrogen tubes have burst and are freezing everything. I'm definitely not dressed for the occasion. I'm cold enough as it is. I should probably wait on this. Mark? Cockpit, this is Tessa. Mark, can you hear me? Cockpit, this is Tessa. No reply. That either means there's a technical problem or Mark is... I need to get to the cockpit now. My spacesuit is in there, but with all this nitrogen, I can't open it without my hand turning to ice. A detached metal bar. I can't reach it. There's disinfectant inside that we have to use before going into cryosleep. Easily flammable. I should be glad if I didn't wake up as a human torch. Cockpit for Tessa. No reply from Mark. That's Mark's cryopod. Looks like it's intact and unharmed, but there's no sign of him. This pipe leads to a tank where cooling fluid is filtered. It must have burst in the crash. The sieve might be useful, even when it's taken apart. Dang it. This is worse than I thought. Why did we crash? The guidance system should have been able to prevent it from happening. At least it's not smoking as much up here. Mark and I can fix this. I'm sure. We have to fix this. Mark? The cockpit is blocked by Rebel. Maybe he's injured and trapped in there. At least that would explain why he isn't responding. Okay, Tessa. What to do? Maybe go at it from the outside? That's a lot of debris. There should be something there that I could use. A thin, pointy piece of metal. A few bolts. I'll just take all of it. The hull is torn. I can see the insulating foil, but I can't get it out. Sometimes you just have to break things even more before you can repair them. That's the door to the hold, but it won't open. I need to find another way forward. The rest is junk. The card reader for the hold door. I need an ID card to use it. A crate. Standard color, standard size, standard contents. Empty. The cables are broken and the insulation is gone. I have to be careful. This pipe transports nitrogen, which is freezing the locker from the back. It is controlled via a valve. That might have stopped the nitrogen. Locked. You can see a lock at the front with an almost round keyhole. The console is broken. I think I know how to repair it, but I need my suit or I'm toast. No nosy neighbors in sight, but I should put on the spacesuit as long as I can't be sure if there's any breathable air out there. It's in the locker next to the sleeping pods. Damn, it's been exposed to the cold for too long. The ice is preventing me from opening it. It won't just thaw on its own. All I could do with this foil is wrap him up so he doesn't defrost. There's no more nitrogen coming out, and I wouldn't mind if it stayed that way. The ice is too thick and sturdy to just scratch it away. Done! I've had to improvise a lot of bowls in the past few years, and I think this one is my second best. Perfect to transport liquids. I think I'm going to call this invention a bowl. Ha! It's just as Confucius says. The woman who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Or at least she would, if she could. They're too heavy just to pick them up. I have to get to the cockpit from the outside. Ha! It's just as I have to get to the cockpit from the outside. I'm pretty sure I know how that would end. Besides, there's no hairdresser nearby who could straighten my hair out again afterwards. I don't really have a use for a bowl full of sparks. If I pull this lever, the stuff would pour out onto the ground. I should be able to use this to collect and transport the disinfectant. It's no use. It's no use. Oh, that was easier than I expected. Finally, some heat. Almost too much heat. My eyes are burning. This should hopefully thaw the ice if I have enough fuel. Ha! It's working! Oh, that's nice. So comfy and warm. Watch out, foreign planets. You can't scare me anymore. Well, at least not with cold temperatures. But I won't put the helmet on until I go outside. There's something in these pockets. Keys, matches, and... our company's ID card. But the name on it is... Melissa Luna? Who is that? But that's definitely me in the picture. So, this company can send rockets through space, but then prints the wrong name on my ID card? No wonder we crashed if they can't even get that right. Before I start looking for Mark again, I should write down my experiences on my ID card's logbook. Well, IMC's accident protocol requires me to do so, and we've definitely had an accident. I'll just use this one. Strange. This data is pretty similar to mine. It's almost a complete match. But the numbers and the date of birth are shifted by one. 1 day, 1 month, 1 year. But the biometric data is correct. I'm sure the picture is wrong. And the other thing is a coincidence? I don't recognize the name, though. Weird. I shouldn't be wasting my time with this. Examine planet, find Mark, repair ship, survive. That's all that matters. Focus, Tessa.
Access denied.
Strange. That's my card, and the bioscanner should confirm that it's me, and that I have access. Something isn't right here. Perfect fit. Ah, a toolbox. I mean, I hope it's a strange packet with an interstellar radio device. What do we have here? Screwdriver, sealant foam, and a blowtorch. I'd better put on the helmet, just to be sure.
Okay, let's go. It's not reacting, but we have power. Where's the problem? There are wires hanging out. They might be jamming the energy supply. Sealing foam, specially made for burst pipes. Hardens within seconds once it comes in contact with air. I'm pretty sure I know how that would end. Besides, there's no hairdresser nearby who could straighten my hair out again afterwards. I'm pretty sure I know how that would end. Besides, there's no hairdresser nearby who could straighten my hair out again afterwards.
There's no more nitrogen coming out, and I wouldn't mind if it stayed that way. A detached metal bar. Oh, I can't reach it. No, too short. No, too short. That's Mark's cryopod. Looks like it's intact and unharmed, but there's no sign of him. Cockpit for Tessa. No reply from Mark. No, too short. Ha! It's just as Confucius says. The woman who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Or at least she would, if she could. They're too heavy just to pick them up. I have to get to the cockpit from the outside. Ha! It's just... I have to get to the... The door to the hold. It's still powered. Locked. The card reader needs an ID card and an access code. The rest is junk. I never understood why people would block card slots with paper. I can't outsmart a card reader. I'm just going to need an ID card. A crate. Standard color, standard size, standard contents. Empty. I'm pretty sure I know how. Besides, the cables are broken and the insulation is gone. I have to be careful. I need to insert the cables into the sockets to make the door work again. There's a lamp for each socket to show if it's receiving enough electricity. Okay, the cables are where they should be. Now I can try the outer door again. I'm excited to see what's out there. Or I would be if I wasn't in this situation.
I hope the door survived the crash. Yes! It's seen better days, but it's open. No. Oh, just barren rock. All gray and dead. I was hoping for a world thriving with interesting flora and fauna. That looks pretty bad. And here I was thinking we'd be able to fix it. Where even are we? Was this planet our destination, or did we go off course? And what even is our mission? My head is spinning. I can't even remember our mission. Must have been quite the crash. Or maybe the disinfectant was out of date. Nothing. Nothing at all. No buildings, lights, roads, just nothing. A barren wasteland. Maybe our mission was to explore a newly found, boring planet and collect samples. A planet like this one. I mean, foreign planets are always exciting, but under the circumstances. Oh, Mark, of course. Nothing stirring in the cockpit, but he has to be there. Where else could he be? I need to get in there somehow. Rocks as far as the eye can see. And some smoke. But that's probably just from the planet's volcanic activity. There seems to be plants over there. I can see something green. Some silver lining at least. That means there could be water, food, and maybe even life. I can't see anything in there. Just some flashing sparks. Mark has to be in there. The cockpit's braces connecting it to the fuselage are still intact, as far as I can tell. But it's hanging to the side quite a bit. I'd better just leave it as is. Where the hell are we? The tower Pack 92's wreck. If I could only remember how it crashed. It's still smoldering a bit, but it shouldn't explode now, and the fire should go out by itself. Soon. This used to be part of the landing gear. There are a few parts scattered inside. A large hook that sealed the maintenance hatch during the flight. Must be pretty sturdy. And the lever to open the hatch. Both made from heat-proof ceramics. I can see some debris, but if Mark is underneath it, then there's no hope for him. He has to be in the cockpit. I can see some debris, but if Mark is underneath it, then there's no hope for him.
Yes, I can reach it with that.
Vaulting over a chasm into a cockpit that's barely hanging on a few metal braces. Piece of cake! Typical Wednesday night, really. But sadly, there's nobody here to film me doing it, so no. This panel allows us to service the instruments behind it. The mechanism to open it is on the right. You usually activate it from the cockpit, so there has to be a way through. Even if I could reach it with this, it wouldn't fit inside the crack. The welder isn't lit. Good, that works. The light's on. I can't reach it. I have to combine something before I can weld. The only thing I can do with this welder is weld pieces of metal together. I have to combine something before I can weld. I have to combine something before I can weld. I can't combine or affix them. The only thing I can do with this welder is weld pieces of metal together. I can't combine or affix them. I can't combine or affix them. I can't combine or affix them. Sealing foam, specially made for burst pipes, hardens within seconds once it comes in contact with air. I have to combine something before I can weld. I have to combine something before I can weld. A small but powerful welding torch. Not as aesthetically pleasing as a tiki torch, but more practical. A broken off lever made of heat-proof ceramic with a heavy grip. I can't combine or affix them. A large hook made of heat-proof ceramic.
A magnetic screwdriver with a plastic grip.
Sealing foam, specially made for burst pipes. Hardens within seconds once it comes in contact with air. Multiple metal bolts. They've all been damaged in the crash, but they're still usable. A pointed piece of metal.
Must have fallen from the ceiling in the crash. I can't reach it.
A bit wobbly. If I could fasten it properly, the pole would have a pointed flat edge that I could use. Bad idea. The piece of metal could just fall off. This helmet isn't equipped with welding goggles, but it should at least keep my eyes from melting. Not a bad weld seam for a beginner. I suppose Mark would say otherwise. Show off. This is where the mechanism should be. Come on. Mark would have been able to help me here. As if. Yes, I knew it! There's a passage to the cockpit. The mounts on this panel look solid. I have to try it. Unpleasant, but unavoidable. Carefully now. Mark! What? Nobody here. Did he just leave me behind? No, he would never do that. He would only go if he knew I wasn't in danger. And this is better than finding his body lying around. Wherever he is, we need help to get away from here. After breaking down, the first thing we need to do is send out an emergency signal. I hope someone will receive it. The earlier I get it done, the better. Mark has to wait. Right. Emergency signal. I need that console over there. I don't think all these flashing lights are a good sign. Mark's logbook. Didn't he take it with him? Or maybe he left it here on purpose so I could find his hints. Mark's logbook. An old version. But he likes things retro. Maybe I can find some answers in it. It's not completely intact anymore. I'll remove the ID card. Then I can read the entries in my logbook. The power cell slots are behind it. I should open it somehow. I can always count on my screwdriver. I don't believe it. The power cells are empty. Mark explained to me how to properly utilize any residual charge. All slots have to be filled, I remember that much. But I have to rearrange the cells. If I relay the remaining energy to the communication transmitters, I might just be able to create a signal. But I'd also have to somehow broadcast the signal, and I need the control console for that. So both console and the comms need to be supplied with energy. Okay, the communication device and the display have as much energy as I can give them. Let's hope it works. Still works. Right then. Communication. Emergency signal.
Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated. Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated. Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated. Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated.
Damn it! Do something! You could at least make a little noise! If only Mark was here. I need more power to send an emergency signal. Which means power cells. There should be some in the hold. Don't let me down. Accept it! Oh, it requires further authentication? There's security, and then there's paranoia. I need the key code that Mark set. I'm definitely not going to just guess the code. Mark hates passwords and codes. It must be something he could remember easily. I need the key code that Mark set. Mark secured it with his ID number. How can someone so forgetful fly a spaceship?
I'm in! But what is all this stuff? I should stay away from it, but all the technical equipment is down there. Most importantly, the power cell. And with it, my only hope of sending out an emergency signal. It won't work while the gas is coming out with this much force. That would just make the hole bigger. I wonder if I can find anything here. No, those are various ores. Raw materials for a refinery. They're no use to me. I can't get any closer. But our equipment is down there, and so are the power cells. I need them to send an emergency signal. I could put on the helmet, but that won't help me if I can't even make out the ground. Carbon dioxide filtered out of the air is stored here and released whenever needed, and it's pretty heavy in concentration form. It might be able to push this smoke up. Tank number 1 is still about 40% full and emptying very slowly. It's going to take hours for all the gas to release. Tank number 2 is filled with carbon dioxide. It's about 1.2% full and stable. Looks like it wasn't damaged in the crash. If I open tank 2, the gas will be gone within minutes. Yes, it's pushing this strange gas up, but there's still something coming through the leak. I'm not sure what this stuff is. It might be flammable. It won't work while the gas is coming out with this much force. Yes, it's pushing this strange gas up, but there's still something coming through the leak. Tank number 1 is still about 40% full and emptying very slowly. It's going to take hours for all the gas to release. Tank number 2 is filled with carbon dioxide. It's about 1.2% full and stable. Looks like it wasn't damaged in the crash. If I open tank 2, the gas will be gone within minutes. Could release the gas here if it wasn't all collected at the bottom. Carbon dioxide filtered out of the air is stored here and released whenever needed, and it's pretty heavy in concentration form. It might be able to push this smoke up. Yes, it's pushing this strange gas up, but there's still something coming through the leak. Yes, it's pushing this... I can't stop the gas from coming in with this. I hope the carbon dioxide will push the gas up now, but I shouldn't be here when that happens.
Should be enough. But after that, I need to ventilate the room well.
It worked! Mark isn't down there either, but neither is his body, so that's good. Did he get ejected? Did he leave? If so, where to? Pull yourself together, Tessa. So what? He's not here. You can manage on your own. All you need for an emergency signal are power cells. Okay, this is the last straw. Goodness. Lots of junk, but no power cells. What now? What's this? Oh, a Cognitive Observation Research Entity, or CORE for short. We use these things to reach places we can't get to ourselves. They can fly, scan, send data, and are equipped with a speech module. I need an ID card to activate the drone. Maybe it could help me out of this situation. And even if it can't, at least I'll have someone to talk to. Then I can complain to CORE while I'm starving.
Unit activated. Assigned to Melissa Luna, Explorer. Good day. Core ready to assist you, Miss Luna.
Incorrect. Tessa Carter. That's my name.
Name change. Tessa Carter. Confirmed. I am glad to be of service, Ms. Carter. What are your orders?
Where should we begin?
Nine leaks, 4 hull breaches, 2 broken beams, 14.
1 broken spaceship, 1 survivor. Maybe 2. I hope so anyway. That's all that matters now.
What is your primary objective, miss?
For you to stop being so formal with me. Just call me Tessa.
Of course. Altering linguistic database. Tessa.
Right. The next objective is to send out an emergency signal. But I can't do that without power cells, and I have to find Mark, so basically, if I want to get us out of this mess, I've solely got primary objectives.
I do not have access to the ship's database. Who is Mark?
Mark Bennett, about 30 years old, pilot and mechanic. We're the TAC 92's crew.
Registered. What is the status of your immediate surroundings?
Well, I have to take a closer look.
My scanners could help in examining your surroundings.
Good idea. Do that.
Nine leaks, 4 hull breaches.
I know this thing's broken. I meant the surroundings. Let's just scan it outside.
Confirmed. The tanks have been emptied completely, and there is nothing of use in the crates. Whatever we are going to find on the planet, we can probably store it here. The cockpit is unstable and could break off. It will not, however, drag the rest of the ship down into the abyss with it. At least as long as there is no tornado or earthquake. In that case, the TAC 92 would fly again.
Core, please.
Until it would crash on the bottom of the chasm. This room's hull is intact and stable. No dangers registered. The alarm, the smoke, and the sparks appear more perilous than they are. I am 91.1% certain. analyzing atmosphere outside the ship. Result: similar to Earth's atmosphere, breathable for humans. You can take off the helmet, Tessa.
Good. I prefer it this way.
Smells slightly burnt, but with the wind coming from over there, it kind of smells like stagnant water. Better than this canned air anyway. Okay, here's the plan. We look for life, for some water and food, of course. And maybe keep our eyes peeled for any buildings or anything useful. No idea how long I'm gonna have to survive out here.
The Intergalactic Mining Corporation should have already sent out a search party.
I doubt it. Mark and I are just the advance guard, and it's not unusual for us not to be able to send reports. We don't have a set route either. They'll start looking for us eventually. And by then, I'll probably be talking to a volleyball.
My database has given me the meaning of volleyball, but I do not understand what it has to do with this crash.
It's just something I thought of. I mean, never mind. We haven't got time for this. Please scan our surroundings.
Scanning. Scan complete. Scan radius of about 400 meters. No signs of relevantly sized life forms. No artificial constructs or buildings.
Relevantly sized? And what size is relevant to you?
Anything bigger than a fully grown male Balinese toucan.
A what?
A male Balinese toucan. Their average size in all dimensions roughly represents that of the average-sized, fully grown earthen life form.
You're joking, right?
Statistics are not a joke.
Well, that doesn't help me. Compare the data to something I know. No more than 8 letters.
Equivalent to a medium-sized dog with a deviation of 0.9%. Equivalent to a chicken 49.9% larger than average. Equivalent to exactly 11 hedgehogs.
To recap, a Balinese toucan is roughly the size of 1.5 chickens. Any more data?
The environment is mostly comprised of stone. Water and simple flora can also be detected behind the landing zone.
No signs of Mark? Damn. My mineral samples can wait. We should look for water and plants.
New data! I am registering a weak but repeating radio signal.
Where is it coming from?
It originates from the planet's surface. The signature is inconclusive.
Could it be coming from the Intergalactic Mining Corporation?
The possibility of that lies at 29%.
Can you locate it?
I can only ascertain a rough direction. To interpolate a position, we would have to get closer.
I guess I don't really have a choice. Let's see what's behind it. Maybe it's a distress signal from Mark. Incredible. I know why I love my job. Without it, I wouldn't be able to see things like this. We followed the crash's progression. These must be the plants you were talking about. Well, they're not flowers, Core, let me tell you. More of a smelly swamp.
I do not categorize flora and fauna by their feel-good factor, unless you wish to update my software accordingly. In that case, I would request the following hardware as well. Arms.
Okay, forget it. At least it's not just rocks again. What are those tiny lights?
Small life forms.
Interesting. A good sign there might be more to this planet. If we flew over this place with the TAC-92 before we crashed, could something have fallen from the ship that's now emitting the signal?
Theoretically, but the ship's inventory was complete, so the signal I am receiving cannot originate from a technical device known to us.
We can't get any closer. We need to get down there.
You could slide and climb down those rocks there, but they are quite steep and porous, so you could not get back up again.
So a one-way ticket then.
My recommendation: remaining within the TAC-92. The ship's hull offers protection and Mark could return. Then you would no longer be on your own. It would be easier for you to find water together, as well as finding a way which allows for a return to the ship.
But then we still won't be able to send the emergency signal. We should find out what that signal is that you're receiving.
Agreed.
Core, locate the signal and calculate the distance.
Scan initiated. Signal detected. Calculating. Calculated distance, 9.4 kilometers. Possible deviation up to 21%.
So, about 10 kilometers. Or about walking distance of 2 hours. In the summer, with shorts. With an ice cream. On a foreign planet with unknown dangers and terrain, wearing a spacesuit, though, might take a little bit longer.
Including these factors, I calculate a walking time between 9 and 11 hours with a high probability of death.
As long as we find something capable of sending a distress signal at the end, I even prefer some interesting trail over a yellow brick road. What is that? Cord, do you see that? Record.
Confirm. A pulsating light. Recording started.
What was it?
I could not detect any pattern and no repetition. It seemed to be completely random.
And it came from the same direction as the signal. Okay, I've got to go there. Core, will the sun be setting anytime soon?
In about 3 Earth hours. Compared to the Earth, days are slightly shorter here. However, so are the nights.
I see. We'll spend the night on the ship and set out tomorrow.
Information. There are about 3 to 4 days worth of sustenance readily available here for you, if you would like to wait for Mark.
I don't know if Mark is lying around somewhere all messed up, or if he's looking for help, or if he's the one sending out that signal. Even if I ration my supplies, they'll be gone at some point. And if there's still no sign of Mark by then, I'm going to have to leave here. Then I'd have to brave the dangers of an unknown planet with hardly any supplies left. No, I think it's best I leave when I feel like it, and not wait until I can't put it off any longer. We're leaving tomorrow morning.
Confirmed.